Hi there, it's Ernest from TripAstute. In this video, we're discussing how to get a business credit card and more importantly, whether you qualify for one. Some of the best points promotions come from business cards, and it's sometimes unclear what qualifies a person to get a business credit card. A lot of folks don't realize that they probably qualify for one even if they don't have a formal small business. First off, why would you want a business credit card? For one, a lot of business cards have great perks and benefits and can often augment your current point strategy. For example, my favorite points currency right now are the Chase Ultimate Reward points, so I have several cards that earn these points. The Chase Ink Preferred and the Ink Cash are business credit cards that earn me a lot of Ultimate Reward points. For example, with the Ink Cash card, I earn 5 points per dollar on office supplies, internet, cable, and phone charges. This not only comes in handy for my internet and mobile phone charges, but also when I occasionally need to buy gift cards, I'll often stop at a Staples or Office Depot, so I get the bonus. As of September 2017, the Ink Preferred has an 80,000 point account opening bonus, which is currently the highest of any Chase Ultimate Rewards earning cards. American Express is also offering 75,000 points on their Business Platinum and 50,000 points on their Business Gold card. So how do you get a business credit card? Well, you don't have to own a major business to get one. Even small-scale side businesses and gigs can qualify you for a business credit card. The key to whether you qualify is that you must be for profit. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be making a profit just yet, but that you're engaged in either performing a service or selling goods. So here are a list of some potential examples. Things like selling items on eBay, driving for Uber or Lyft, tutoring students, performing work on TaskRabbit, consulting, acting, writing, coaching, photography, and real estate. And those are just some examples. So before you jump in and apply, here are a few things to consider. Number one, credit score impact. Business cards are a bit confusing when it comes to their credit score impacts. There are basically two different credit bureaus. One is for consumer credit, which is what we're usually dealing with when we apply for personal credit cards. And the other is commercial, which is for business loans and credit. Almost all issuers will report your business credit card activities to a commercial credit bureau, while some will also report your activity to consumer credit bureaus. While this may not matter to a lot of folks, it might be worth considering if you're planning to get a loan from the bank for either a mortgage or a business. I'll include a link below that breaks down how the major issuers affect your consumer and commercial credit when applying for business credit cards. Number two, describing your business. The process for applying for a business credit card is a bit more complicated than a personal card. You will need to provide information about the business. One area that's sometimes confusing is the Employer Identification Number, or EIN. This is a tax identification number that you can register with the government here in the US. If you have a business that you register as an LLC or corporation, then you should have one. If your business is a side gig, then you're likely a sole proprietor, which means that you can use your social security number. Sole proprietorships can also get an EIN from the IRS, and it's often a good idea to do so. However, it's not required. Number three, reporting your income. The key is to always tell the truth. A lot of folks think that they need to report high amounts of income to qualify for a card. However, this is not true. Even if it's a few $100s a month, you can still qualify for a credit card. It's good practice to separate your business and personal spending, so it's completely legitimate to want to have a separate business credit card and account, even if you're not making a large amount of revenue or profit yet. Number four, relationship with the issuer. One of the best ways to improve your odds of getting an approval is to have a relationship with the bank. You don't necessarily have to have a business checking or savings account either. While that definitely helps, even having personal accounts that show responsible credit use can help. Also, as I mentioned in our tips and tricks when applying for credit cards video, you can often offer some of your credit lines in order to get approved for new cards. You can offer to have some of your personal credit transferred to your new business credit card, which can help with getting a final approval. Number five, reconsiderations. I usually advocate for people to call reconsideration lines when you don't get approved for personal cards. However, with business credit cards, I advise against it. Since the process for approval requires a lot of information and consideration, you're generally better off waiting for a decision in the mail before contacting them. However, if you get a denial or a request for more info, don't give up. You can always ask to be reconsidered. If asked by the issuer why you want a credit card, just remember to be truthful and positive. Some reasons for wanting a business credit card include keeping your personal and business expenses separate, wanting to help grow your business, and also to grow your relationship with the bank. Also, if you're not making much money from your small business, you might want to think about how much you think you could be making in the future. When I've called reconsideration lines in the past, they seem to be interested in my forecasted revenue. So it might be helpful to have some numbers and figures in mind when speaking to the reconsideration line rep. And those are some tips and considerations when applying for a business credit card. Do you have any experience applying for a business card? If so, please share your experience below. Also, let us know if you have any interesting side gigs or businesses. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please hit the like button. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing as well, and check out our 2 Points and Miles playlists. One is for those getting started in the hobby, and the other is for more advanced and experienced folks. Until next time, travel safe, travel smart.